Secret that I had hair transplant surgery a couple of years ago, or at least started the procedure, did it 3 different times, so I wanted to bring in the doctor, Dr. Shelley Friedman, just because we wanted to show the end results here 2 weeks later. How you doing?
Pretty good.
I tell you, it's the best thing I ever did. I'm so happy with it, and it just made me happy, so that's the bottom line. And it's something that more and more people are doing, aren't they?
Yes, yes. It's probably the #1 cosmetic surgery for males.
Yeah. And why is it that men lose their hair more so than women?
Well, because they have a sensitivity to the hormone.
I always thought we were sensitive. I knew that.
The hormone dihydrotestosterone, you're either sensitive to it or you're insensitive, and more men are sensitive than women.
I guess most men, the majority, will lose some hair, won't they?
50% of men by the age of 50, 60% by 60, 70% by 70.
Okay.
Just keeps going up.
Well, I wanted to show the before picture so you can see the dramatic difference. This was a couple of years ago when I decided to do it. You can see I just had typical male pattern baldness like most men have, right?
Yes, yes. You had frontal temporal, both sides, and it was receding.
Yeah.
And you can see that, the typical M configuration.
Yeah.
And what we were going to do is fill in those gaps.
Yeah, that's what the line was on that first one. That
Exactly.
was approximately how we're going to do it. And there's basically what I ended up with. You can see how it ended up. I'm very happy. My dad has it just like that. My brothers all look the same. Mm-hmm. So now, of course, I go back and I tease the heck out of them, so it's pretty nice. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was a lot of women are getting this done too, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Where do they mostly lose their hair?
Women typically will hold their hairline, but behind the hairline, that's where they start losing, from behind the hairline all the way back. The problem with women, though, is the fact that women typically do not have a lot of density in the back. Mm-hmm. So the other thing is the fact that with men, if we give them a look that looks like it's thinning, it's acceptable. With women, what we're trying to do is give them camouflage,
yeah,
so that it doesn't look thin.
Yeah.
So as you can see in these pictures, it's a remarkable difference. Now, she's still thin, but we're giving her the camouflage to cover over it.
Yeah, that looks great. And then show this gentleman here. This is a dramatic difference. This was one of your patients?
Yes,
obviously.
This is a man that was 50 years old.
Look at him
and as you can see,
amazing.
After 4 surgeries, it's just night and day.
Yeah.
And it really depends on the donor area. The more you have, the thicker you have, the more we can get accomplished.
Well, don't most men have hair on the back that they can use?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Most men have the sides and the back. But it depends on how far back you go and also how closely together your hair is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I tell you, it was painless and it wasn't a hassle at all. I mean, I continued on with my daily activities, and it does take a couple years for it to all come in,
yes,
depending on how many surgeries they have. But anyway, thank you for showing us the pictures, and if anybody wants to contact Dr. Shelley Friedman, they can do so. We'll have the information on our hotline, Tara. But isn't that cool?
It is cool, and it's glad to finally do the segment.
2 years in the making.
2 years in the making.
People making fun of me.
No, we'd never do that. Are you kidding? Nobody's going to make fun of you. We've actually done a lot of stories on plastic surgery, but we haven't really done a lot on hair transplants. Coming up, news guy Scott decided to fill in a couple of bare spots. I really won't make fun of you.
Okay.
Here's why the doctor thought Scott would actually be a very good candidate.
Your color of your hair is very close to the color of your skin, so there's not a great contrast. Number 2 is you don't have a lot of hair loss, you just have some recession. So you don't have a big area that needs to be covered.
We're actually going to talk to Scott about how things went. Coming up. Welcome back, everyone. 50 million men suffer some form of hair loss. 40 million women. I did not know that, Dan and Scott.
Scott and I know it.
Yeah, we know all about it, unfortunately.
2 of the top people on our staff right here have a little hair loss.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this, Scott, because obviously I would just as soon have more hair, because I could be a great news anchor if I had more hair. But you actually did it.
I did. I don't know about you, but when I get together with my brothers, man, we tease the heck out of each other. We're looking in the sink. Oh, my God, you lost another inch up there. It is so bad. So I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. It's the #1 cosmetic surgery for men. So need to remind you that it is surgery, so this may be a little graphic for you, but here goes.
Hopefully, I'm about to turn back father time. Dr. Shelley Friedman is about to turn my 5-head back into a 4-head. This will be my new hairline. And this is where he'll get it from, the back of my head.
As long as we take hair from an area that's programmed to live, there's no problem. So the hair in the back of the head never is sensitive to dihydrotestosterone. That's why if you think of the person who has the worst hair loss, he still has hair in the back of the scalp.
First, a little Valium and some shots to send me to La La Land, and then the knife. Dr. Friedman cuts a strip almost from ear to ear.
Yep, that's the strip. And if you look right over here, these are the follicles all lined up right there.
So while Dr. Friedman sews me back up, his assistant, Adriana Garcia, cuts my future hairline into tiny pieces. It's a tedious job. She will cut them into 500 tiny micrographs containing 1, 2, and 3 hairs.
Hair normally in nature grows 1 hair, 2 hair, or 3 hair out of each pore in your skin. And what we're doing is imitating that. We're making the grafts have 1, 2, or 3 hairs. So what we're doing is just imitating what nature gave you.
At this point, it's time for Dr. Friedman to prepare my forehead for the welcome addition, which basically consists of punching holes. And this is where the doctor adds the title of artist.
Just sticking a graft into a forehead is not that hard, but it's knowing where to place it. That's the important thing.
So, one by one, Dr. Friedman plants each graft. He tells me you will never know.
The first thing we did is the 1 hair grafts, and that was in the hairline. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 hair and 3 hair grafts.
200, 210, finally 500 grafts are planted into their new home. They'll lie dormant at first and then grow by late summer. And by October, news anchor or hair model. Look out!
Well, I might have one of those down. Don't know about hair model. The entire procedure took about 4 hours. It's about $7 a graft. And you've seen men out there that have the plugs. Well, they don't do that anymore. That's when they would have like 6 hairs in a bunch. Well, now they do it in 1, 2, or 3, so it looks more natural. But the scar cleared up in 2 weeks. You can't even see this. I don't know if you can even see the scar anymore. But I didn't feel a thing. It wasn't painful. So anyway, but
did it hurt afterwards?
No, I didn't have any pain. But there's nothing up here right now. There's still some tiny little hairs. But they say by the end of the summer, this will all be filled in, like right across there.
It's like winter wheat. It doesn't come up till the fall.
Basically, yeah, you know all about that. So I'll do a follow-up this fall when it grows. I'm excited for it. My brothers were extremely jealous.
Would you do it again? Do you know that looked pretty serious to me when they cut that big old block out of your
It's
head?
not though. I mean, they sew it back up, and I may have lost a few brain cells, but other than that, everything's okay. I might do it. They say you might have to do it one more time just to fill in the thickness, because you know, in a small area on your head, you have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hairs up there. So.
Well, you know, as I told you, Hugh Downs told me once, and I don't think he's ever made any secret of this, that he had plugs decades ago.
Oh, did he?
He said it was the best thing he ever did.
Really?
He was very happy with it years later. So, you know, if it's baldness is bothering people, now you can do something about it. You probably should.
You know, somebody took a picture of me riding my motorcycle once from the side, and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
is that what I look like? Oh no.
By the way, Jared, did you like the shot of Scott looking like me on an airplane sleeping?
I forgot to put that shot in. There's a great shot of me going.
It was there.
It was in there.
I had a close-up of it, though.
You did. Could see the uvula.
I cannot believe the work that went into that. I had absolutely no idea, Scott. I cringed watching that.
Well, it's a little graphic, and sorry about that, but
No, that's okay. You warned us.
It shows you basically what it entails, but no pain whatsoever.
I am amazed. You know what, though? I guess it's the same thing with being a woman. You know, we always complain about things, and you guys always say, you look
Absolutely,
fine. You know?
sure.
It's the same way. I don't understand why you guys are even upset about the hair thing in the first place.
You
but
know, men definitely make a bigger deal about it than women do.
I guess that's just a guy thing.
But
I
you
don't
just
know,
have
but
to promise
that's
me,
fascinating.
Tara, when I get that full head of hair, you can't run your hands through it, because I'm reading the news and stuff. I'll be busy.
I'll try to contain myself, Scott, in the fall.
And so will I.
When it all grows in. Yeah, you too, Dan. Oh, good, and we get to